Okay, amazing. So, welcome to this week's episode of The Game, weekly stocks and crypto market updates. Before I get started, there is something very important that I must say. I am not a financial advisor. Neither myself, Mr. Harding, or anyone affiliated with BlockchainSensei are financial advisors, and we do not perceive to be financial advisors. We do not accept any responsibility or any liability for any losses in profit that you may incur if you choose to follow any information or gems dropped within this session. Please always do your own research. Nothing within this content is financial advice and should be perceived as entertainment and education purposes only. So as long as everybody's happy with that, let's get started. Okay, so just to stop any rustling, etc., I'm just going to mute everyone. Just unmute yourselves if you want to ask a question. You don't have to raise your hand, just unmute yourself and talk. This isn't primary school, so yeah, just unmute yourself and ask any question and interrupt me at any time. So let's get cracking. So we've got a few new people in the place. Welcome, Ruby. So Ruby literally just started her cryptocurrency journey today. I did an intro to crypto with her. She bought her first Bitcoin and Ethereum. So can everybody congratulate Ruby for entering this space today? It's let's go. That's amazing. Okay.
Thank you.
Shout out to my OG Jay Bannister. He is a Manchester-based photographer and videographer. Please do check out his work. Everybody feel free to plug in their social media. I do want to build a community here. So Jay Bannister, I had a little call with him I think a week or two ago. He'd already invested in cryptocurrency and stocks, but he was lacking some fundamentals. Shout out Seji. It's Seji, right? Not Segi. Seji. Seji.
Yeah, bro, Seji.
Okay, amazing. Just wanted to make sure. So Seji is someone who I've not met yet, but built an online relationship with. He's a music artist from Liverpool. Seji, feel free to drop your music. He's a hobbyist in cryptocurrency and stocks, and he's dollar cost averaging his wages into the stock market and in crypto. Shout out to AJ, the biggest and most consistent attendee. Who else we got here? We got Dole. I really appreciate that you regularly attend this. Shout out to my guy, Paul. So Paul, I met at a House of Pharaohs event, which was super dope at London Bridge. So we're doing a free show. For those that don't know who House of Pharaohs are, they're like a super dope UK rap group. And he's actually from Manny. So yeah, man, shout out to Paul, first time attending. And then Leon is a friend of Mr. Harding. Any friend of my GOAT, my business partner, my OG is a friend of mine. So everybody welcome, let's get it. Okay, so, Terrell. Let me just accept Terrell into the group. Hi, Terrell. We've just started. Just to let you know, unfortunately, today's session is just myself, so I hope I can provide you enough value. Mr. Harding is elsewhere. I've just introduced everybody. But what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to mute you and then basically get started. Okay, so the first thing I want to share with you guys is information flow. So a lot of people, what they do, people into cryptocurrency and stocks, especially retail, the first thing I know you guys do is go to YouTube, okay? YouTube is amazing because it, provides a lot of perspective, provides a lot of value. Shout out to Coin Bureau, shout out to Alexander Lorenzo, shout out to Ark Invest and Kathy Woods. That's great. However, the best place, in my opinion, and this is accepted amongst most experienced investors, is go to TradingView. Because TradingView provides information and data. Remember, information and data over opinions and hype. So the first thing that I look at, and a lot of you that attend, that have been attending the classes in the past, will know this is Mr. Harding's flow, as I myself am a student of my business partner. The first thing I check in the markets is the Vanguard Total World Stock Index. For those that don't know what an index is, or an ETF, it's basically a cluster of stocks, and the Vanguard Total World Stock Index is a representation, a good representation of how much money is in the stock market. And in theory, the price of one of these of a stock in the Vanguard Total World Stock Index should be pretty representative of how many $1 trillion are in the stock market. Not exactly, because they do mark up. So right now, the price of one piece of the Vanguard Total World Stock Index is $106, which represents that there is approximately 106 or $107 trillion within the stock market. Now, as we can see, this is what I taught Riri before. March 2020 and April 2020, there was approximately flow in between 60 and 70 trillion dollars within the stock market. It took hundreds of years for the stock market to get here. However, since coronavirus, the stock market has grown and excelled beyond $100 trillion. So just to give you a macroeconomic perspective, this is what I taught Ruby before. What you always have to remember is that the government are always creating new fiat currency. 20% of the US dollars in existence were created since coronavirus from March 2020 to July 2020. So how basic macroeconomics works is that the government are always creating new fiat currency. And this fiat currency has to go in asset classes. Always remember that the wealth isn't stored in cash. Wealth is stored in assets. So the reason why housing and real estate always goes up and the stock market always goes up, as in good stocks like Microsoft, Apple, and Tesla, is because they're always creating new money, and money has to go somewhere. So the first thing I always like to check is the Vanguard total stock market. So we can see that everything's looking healthy right now. The trend line is bullish overall. So that's good. Now, the next thing I like to look at is the total market cap of cryptocurrency. So what's really exciting right now is that we are literally touching all-time highs. If I just break this down to the daily, you can literally see that the cryptocurrency market cap right now is 2.4 trillion, with the all-time high ever touching 2.576 trillion, and that was on the 13th of May. So I do predict that we should be reaching all-time high of the crypto total market cap sometime, I would say, in September latest. If we don't hit all-time highs by October, I'd be extremely surprised. As with everything, giving you guys some basic technical analysis, when things reach an all-time high, usually there is a pullback. So what I would look out for on coinmarketcap.com is that I would look for the sweet spot of 2.5 trillion when the market reaches 2.5 trillion, and then look at maybe taking some profits as we do predict a small market pullback during then. So crypto market's looking very bullish right now overall. So again, the first thing I look at, and just talking about information flow, is I always just check the Vanguard Total World Stock Index. Because remember, the stock market controls crypto. I'm gonna say that again. The stock market controls crypto. This is a fundamental that I see very few people talk about. As long as the Vanguard Total World Stock Index is bullish, overall, I'm very confident in crypto, even if we see, 20-30% total market pullbacks, which we did see in the month of May. When everybody was talking about crypto is crashing, it wasn't crashing. Like Seji said, it was a bargain. So I hope everybody did grab some bargains during then. So the third thing that I look at, sorry, did you want to say something?
I was just going to say for the second point, so do you look at the market cap reaching the all-time high, and that's when you're like, okay, I'm going to maybe take some profits? It's just to recap what the second thing, after the Vanguard index, you said something, you compared it to the market cap on CoinMarketCap.
Yeah, so basically right now, as you can see, we are almost at all-time highs. Okay.
Yeah.
So right now the cryptocurrency market is exactly $2.3 trillion. Now the all-time high of cryptocurrency ever was on the 12th of May, where the market cap hit 2.576. Now it is possible to smash all-time highs and go further, but what typically happens is when things, this is just classic economics in all markets. What happens is when we reach an all-time high, there is usually a pullback. So what I'm saying is when the total market cap reaches, let's say 2.6 trillion, I would look at maybe taking some profits with hopefully the intention of buying back in. So in theory, this is what happens. Obviously, cryptocurrency is the most volatile, undervalued, exciting space. So one of two scenarios are going to happen. We're going to reach all-time highs. I would say by definitely by the 18th of September, which is a bold prediction because it could happen before. It could happen on the 13th of September. In fact, where are we? Hello, anonymous iPhone. Welcome to the class. I am going to mute you because if you want to ask any questions, just unmute yourself. But yeah, back to Seji. So how it works in classic economics is usually things will get to an all-time high and there'll be a pullback. So with the announce of the mainnet of Cardano on the 12th of September, I'm going to say that again, guys. The announce of the Cardano mainnet on the 12th of September, I believe between now and then, we're going to reach an all-time high. And what I predict is that after that, there's going to be a pullback. Now, I could be wrong, and it could continue to spike with bullish news, but
what's the Cardano?
Oh, so Cardano is the third biggest crypto.
ADA.
ADA, yeah. Is that right? That question?
Third biggest ADA crypto.
So Cardano is the third biggest crypto.
Right.
By market cap. So as you can see, Bitcoin has the most invested in it, Ethereum is second, and Cardano is third.
Oh, right. So there's a new Cardano coming out.
No. So basically, Cardano. So basically, for those that are new in the crypto space, the basic fundamental of Cardano is that they're all about banking the unbanked, right? So a lot of this world don't have banks, especially in Africa and South America and third world countries. But for all the countries that have a high proportion of their population that are unbanked,
yeah,
those people have a smartphone. Now, Cardano, the reason why Cardano has been spiking a lot is because they are announcing something called the mainnet. So the mainnet is basically the blockchain where people can build real-life applications on.
Right.
Anyway, so yeah, I predict that between now and the launch of the Cardano mainnet, which we will look at Cardano during the session, there will be a pullback in the market. However, I could be wrong, but that is what is most likely to happen. The third thing that I look at is the total market cap of crypto without Bitcoin. So interestingly, we are again nearly at all-time highs. So this is basically how much is in crypto minus BTC, minus Bitcoin. As you can see, it's 1.39 trillion. All-time high ever was 1.48. So it's definitely altcoin season right now. Bitcoin dominance is down 41%.
Can I just ask, how did you, like, this is a basic question, how did you basically get it to show without Bitcoin? Like, how did you just...
Okay, cool. So everybody who doesn't have a TradingView account, feel free to create one. TradingView.com is the #1 website in the world to read candlesticks, especially in the retail space. So what you do to get the Vanguard Total World Stock Index, you'll get a watch list. You just click add, and then you just type in Vanguard, and then Vanguard Total World Stock Index, And then here, you just search crypto total market cap. And for this one, you search crypto total market cap excluding BTC. Literally.
Ah,
so
that's sick.
Yeah, crypto. Oh shit! Sorry, my bad. Crypto excluding BTC. Yeah, obviously I can't add it because actually it's there. Crypto.
Yeah.
See, crypto total market cap excluding BTC. So this is the third thing that I look at. Now the fourth thing that I look at is the BTC chart. Even though Bitcoin dominance is reducing, and I do believe that Ethereum will flip Bitcoin in terms of dominance sometime in
sure.
Yes, sometime in 2022. I don't predict it's going to happen this year. It's not impossible, but it's unlikely. Latest 2023. Though there might be a macroeconomic cycle trend where Bitcoin's dominant, then Ethereum's dominant, then Bitcoin's dominant, then Ethereum's dominant, and it all depends on the whales. I want you guys to always remember that we have no control in of this market, and the stock market and asset management companies are the people who control the market. But right now, the trend line is that Ethereum is going to outperform Bitcoin in terms of market cap. Anyway, so the fourth thing that I look at is the Bitcoin USD chart. Even though Bitcoin dominance is reducing, the market still does tend to follow Bitcoin, and it will be like that for the rest of 2021. I'm very confident so. I think it's still really important to look at this. If we look right now, we're a little bit far off the all-time high. All-time high of Bitcoin did reach at 65K. Right now we're at 51K, so I still think it's a good time to buy Bitcoin before the all-time high. Anyone that wants to get into swing trading, hit me up. I'm a regular swing trader, so I'll do something. So I'll tell you what my plan is. I'll give you a trade call right now. So what I'm going to do, let me give everyone a trade call right now, as we're not even on the all-time high of BTC. So if you were today to buy Bitcoin at the current price of around 52,000, what you could do is that you could set a sell order at 64K. So between now and then, let's just see what that is in percentage. Let's just see how far we are from the all-time high. So we are still, I'm not feeling the pressure. I'm not gonna lie, guys.
Hey, bro, don't worry. It's kind of interesting to watch anyway. Like, take your time with it.
I appreciate it. It's because Mr. Harding's so good. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, he's swift with it. He's so swift with it.
Right? So swift. So as you can see right now, we are still 25% away from the all-time high of Bitcoin. So you can still make a good trade where you buy here, set a sell order at 64K, and then I'm definitely sure we can see a pullback, and then you can buy back at, say, safely 60K. So everybody write this down. A trade that you could make right now, not right this second, but you can go away and do, is that it's still a good time to buy Bitcoin, set the sell order at an all-time high, and then when it does get to the all-time high, set a buy order, and I'm gonna say the buy order at 60K. I'm not going to do Fibonacci, and I'm not going to do the Bollinger Band. So I'm going to give a very, very generous 60K. I do think it can drop below just to buy back in and increase your Bitcoin. So there's a little trade for you. That's the fourth thing that I look at. Now, the fifth thing that I look at is the NASDAQ. Now, for those that don't know what the NASDAQ is an index fund that represents the top 100 tech companies in the world. Now, last time I checked, less than 50 companies out of the 24,000 plus companies within the stock market are invested in BTC. However, out of those less than 50 invested in Bitcoin or publicly invested in Bitcoin, all of them are in the NASDAQ. I'm going to say that again, okay? The NASDAQ is the top 100 companies, is the top 100 tech companies in the stock market, okay? Remember, there's over 24,000 companies in the stock market. And the NASDAQ is the top 100 tech companies. Out of all of the stock market, less than 50 have publicly announced they're in crypto. But out of all of those are in the NASDAQ. So as long as, because remember, the stock market controls crypto. as long as the Vanguard Total World Stock Index is healthy and the NASDAQ is healthy, then overall, given that there are bearish moments in crypto, overall, it's a bullish market. So the NASDAQ is 1, 2, 3, 4, the fifth thing that I look at in the stock market. Sorry, not the fifth thing that I look at in the stock market, but just the fifth thing that I look at in general. The sixth thing that I look at is the S&P 500. For those that don't know, the S&P 500 is an index fund that represents the top 100, the top 500 companies within the US. So as long as the S&P 500 is healthy, again, I think that's great for crypto. We won't go into gold, we won't go into oil. However, I did tweet something very interesting, which is to do with the oil and gas market size. So oil and gas is something that traders like to trade, especially day traders, forex traders, because it's extremely volatile. This is a market that is basically controlled by the Middle East. The oil and gas market has increased by 1.2 trillion between 2020 and 2021. I just think that's quite interesting because between 2020 and 2021 is quite a similar growth of the cryptocurrency market in terms of, at this time last year, cryptocurrency was about 0.4 trillion. So that's basically my content flow in terms of what I like to look at in macroeconomics. So let's have a look at some exciting news. So Cardano smart contract scheduled to launch on September the 12th. Okay, I hope I'm doing all right, guys. I'm not
no, they were
smacking it. Don't worry,
there were some good indicators, bro.
Okay, no worries, no worries. I'm riding solo this time, man. Usually I bounce back from him. Do you know what I mean? This is like, okay. Let me know if you've got any questions or I'm unclear. Because again, I've never done one of these sessions by myself. Okay, so
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Every time you're unclear, and I'm like, what the fuck? You say, oh, I'm gonna say it again. I'm like, oh, great.
Yeah.
Get this. You're good, bro. You're good, honestly.
Okay, amazing. All right, let's get it. So Cardano smart contracts scheduled to launch on September the 12th. Now, what you have to understand is the reason why Cardano has been going up, and the reason why a lot of things go up is because of what people expect things to do. Okay, so when things are in an extreme bullish trend, it's usually because people are expecting something to happen. After it's happened, there's usually a big pullback. So let's have a look at the Cardano chart. I know the whole world's saying Cardano, and I'm saying don't buy it right now. Wait till
Cardano or Solano. That's what everyone's saying, isn't it?
Yeah, Cardano or Solano, exactly. So let's have a look at the ADA USD. Okay, so okay. Okay, so interestingly enough, the RSI indicator, so the RSI is to do with how strong something is overvalued or undervalued. So it is saying that it's only 73, which basically on the RSI indicator, everybody that wants to get a little bit into technical analysis, if it's under 30, it means it's undervalued. If it's over 70, it means it's overvalued. Now, I'm going to give you my prediction of what I think is going to happen between now and the 12th of September. I do believe that when we get to the 12th of September, we might be pushing all-time highs again, maybe around 3.1. I do believe that when we get to the 12th of September, we will see a pullback. It's really uncommon to see something trend so highly and for it to continue forever. So I do expect some kind of pullback around here, $2.50. So if anybody wants to set some buy orders, again, this is not financial advice. This is actually what I've done. So I'm going to set some buy orders for ADA at $2.57, just to be safe, because that is just above the support line here. When will it drop down here? I'm not too sure. Maybe in late September or October. but I've got some buy order set for ADA, $2.56. So we're done with that. Again, between now and the 12th September, we should see Cardano spike, and then in theory, sometime in September, we should see a pullback. I'd be extremely surprised if this trend continues forever, as that would define everything that goes against every asset class in the world. But crypto goes against every asset class in the world, so you have to prepare for that. Okay, so somebody just bought 1.3 million for a picture of a rock in NFT news. Now, I think NFTs is a really interesting space, because right now the market cap of NFTs is, I believe, it's still under 100 billion. So if you compare that to the whole crypto market, NFTs literally make up for less than 5% of the total invested in cryptocurrency. I do believe there's gonna be if you think cryptocurrency is volatile, I think NFTs is gonna set an all-time high of new volatility. What you have to understand is, people always love to invest in emerging asset classes because they are the things that have the most space to grow. But remember, with the most volatility and the most space for growth is also the most pullbacks. And you always have to question yourself, what is the fundamental? Fundamentally, a lot of NFTs have minimum use case, but at the same time, people could say the Mona Lisa has minimum use case, but that's worth a lot of money. So it's very subjective in terms of where NFTs go in. Anybody who does invest in NFTs, I don't really have much game for you, as it's not a space that I really understand. But I would definitely look into getting some pieces that you can, with money that you can afford to lose. I just thought this is really interesting. Okay,
Can I just say
that CryptoPunk guy's mad as well, and he's super big now.
Yes, so CryptoPunks are one of the market leaders in the NFT space.
Visa just bought a fucking CryptoPunk. That's insane. But can I just say, like, the moment, completely agree what you're saying about NFTs, bro. Like, everything's getting shilled to everyone. What I would say, you're like completely right about, it's gonna dip massively. It's gonna have a massive pullback. Exactly. But I'd say, like, investing in the technology behind NFTs and the coins that are involved with NFTs, like, that's the way to go. And then wait for NFTs to, like, get a bit normal, less overpriced, and then get into them.
Honestly, that I think NFTs are only going to quote unquote be normal in maybe like 4 to 5 years, because most people don't even know what they are.
Yeah, it's gonna take a bit. Definitely.
It's definitely going to take time. But like the best advice that I give, and this is actual advice because it's not financial, so I feel like I can give it, is everybody look into actually making NFTs. So rather than be a consumer of NFTs and trying to buy and sell them, look how you can create your own.
That's what I've been thinking about, to be honest.
So Coinbase, unfortunately, sent some panic at the end of August, where they mistakenly sent a reset notification for two-factor authentication to their customers. Unfortunately, I didn't receive one, and I say that's unfortunate because I know that if I received that, I would not be worried. However, if anybody did receive this email, you should be entitled to $100 of free Bitcoin. So everybody who has Coinbase, look out if you did receive one of these two-factor authentication reset emails, which caused a lot of panic. It caused a lot of people to sell off their crypto. And you should be entitled to $100 of free Bitcoin. I'm not one of them because they didn't send me the email. So everybody go check out your emails at some point. You may be entitled to $100 of free Bitcoin. Okay, so Jack Dorsey. Now, let me just drop you an investment principle. When investing in anything in the stock market or crypto, always ask yourself, in fact, this investing principle comes from one of my favorite entrepreneurs called Gary Vee. If you don't know Gary Vee, check him out, GaryVee. Insane entrepreneur, early investor in crypto. He was shilling Ethereum, I think, in like 2016. Anyway, so Jack Dorsey is the CEO of Twitter and also the CEO of Square. Little stock market shill. Square is my 4th or 5th biggest holding in my stock market portfolio. So Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey to develop a decentralized exchange for Bitcoin. With the boom of crypto, it's only a matter of time before the most large employees. Square is creating a new business, seller, cash, and title, focus on building an open developer platform with the sole goal of making it easy to create non-custodial, permissionless, and decentralized financial services. Our primary focus is Bitcoin, okay? I think one of the reasons why it's really important to look at Bitcoin news is always remember there's only 20 million Bitcoin in the world, and a lot of these things like Dogecoin and a lot of altcoins down here that pump and dump and pretty much the whales control everything is a distraction because the whales a lot of times want you to sell their Bitcoin. So even though I do believe there's going to be Ethereum flipping into Bitcoin, I believe that if we look at a super macro trend of now 2030, we'll switch between a Bitcoin and Ethereum flipping in. That's my theory for now, though I might change it. Okay, what else in crypto news? So Cointelegraph.com, this is one of the best websites, in my opinion, for cryptocurrency information. Regulating crypto could give it a halo of legitimacy. So I know people don't want crypto to be regulated, but unfortunately, in order for markets to grow, there does need to be some kind of government regulation. So the government are clamping down on cryptocurrency regulations such as taxes, etc., which is why I think people should look into storing some of their wealth in decentralized wallets and hard ledgers outside of Binance, outside of Swissborg. If you want more information on that, give me a message and we can talk about DeFi. That's cool. For those that aren't aware, Bitcoin is legal tender in El Salvador, which I think is really cool. Something that I like to keep up to date with. Yeah, no, it is crazy.
So you can just like go into a shop and buy Bitcoin.
Yeah, so they've got, I believe they've got their own exchange in El Salvador. Or they've got their own kind of like payment system where you can basically use Bitcoin like it's fiat currency. As in El Salvador, they also use USD. Okay, cool. Won't look too much into that. How the Bitcoin model can solve the social media dilemma. Decentralized social media platform built on Bitcoin model puts privacy first in its new messenger that can send crypto. Amazing. Social media platforms are constantly under fire for their lack of total end-to-end encryption, existing privacy policies, and censorship. But a blockchain-based solution might spell an end to the era of centralized social media dominance. In many ways, social media is a vital component of daily life for both business and the average consumer. Today, these platforms connect individuals with their desired type of content based on their own inputs. This streamlined feed being served to users, leading them to business waiting at the end, should be a perfect scenario. Have a look at the Bitcoin model. A decentralized social media platform built on Bitcoin model would put the end user back in charge of ensuring their right to privacy. So I think in the future, there is going to be like a blockchain-based social media platform. I think that's coming, where there's going to be less bullshit like Instagram algorithms, and it's going to be more of kind of a fair model where, this is me speculating now, where let's say, for example, it's a social media platform that works on blockchain. It's going to be a fair model where when people like your posts or engage, they can potentially send you small amounts of crypto. Encryption and direct crypto transfers. In fact, I've actually seen this on a website called Air NFT. So I've been working with Westy, the brand producer, on some NFTs, and on Air NFT, you can actually like someone's NFT and then send them a small bit of crypto just by liking it. So in the future, I think content creators, like I think in the future, there's going to be obviously there's a like and dislike button, and that's free. But then there's going to be a super like button, and that super like button is where people send you a small amount of crypto, whatever crypto that is during the time of the creation, and then it's going to force content creators to actually create good content, because right now obviously the world's full of loads of shit content and clickbait, and the algorithm will push people who have super likes, i.e. super likes with crypto, above everybody else. So it'll be a value economy, and I think that's what we're moving into. Okay, so top 5 cryptocurrencies to watch out for this week. This is an article posted 23 hours ago. Now, anybody who knows me knows that one of my favorite altcoins is Litecoin. So I show this coin all the damn time. This is one of the most underrated cryptocurrencies in the world. The reason why is because
digital silver, boy.
Exactly, digital silver. There we go. Right. So Bitcoin is basically digital gold. Litecoin is digital silver. In the commodities market between now and 2030, we should see an actual bull run of a physical silver as well, because it's going to be used in technology, in AI, in microchips, etc. But right now, Litecoin market cap at only 14 billion. It's tiny. Price prediction: Litecoin $1,000 plus by the end of 2023, which is extremely conservative because 2000.
I only just bought Litecoin recently as well, bro. Yeah.
Fair enough. Filecoin is something that I have a small bag in. I can't comment on any of these. Anyone invested in FTT MIOTA? I'm not going to pretend like I know what these are. I don't.
What do you think about Avalanche at AVAX?
I'm not invested, and I don't know enough to comment.
Yeah, man.
Okay, so I just thought this was really good. I just thought this is really good because I've been shilling Litecoin for a long time, and every time I just see it, I'm like, I know I'm right. It's gonna blow. Remember, you don't want to ride the trend. You wanna find things that are undervalued that are just gonna blow. Some information about Litecoin. There's an asset management company called Grayscale, and they've got a Litecoin trust. And it makes sense that as companies invest in Bitcoin and they've got Bitcoin trust, Litecoin just goes with Bitcoin. You always want to find kind of crypto pairs. So for example, like if you invest in Ethereum, which everybody should be in crypto, it makes sense to invest in Uniswap because Uniswap is the biggest decentralized exchange for Ethereum. Okay, cool. Last bit of news that I read recently: how will blockchain technology help fight climate change? Experts answer. For some time, the global climate crisis was a hot topic in debate, but the discourse has changed the consensus. The discussion around how to fight against the global climate crisis has turned to emerging technologies and their role in the process. Back in 2017, the United Nations Framework Convention Climate Change highlighted the importance of blockchain technology. Back in 2017, what was in 2017? The big bull run. And then we saw a big bear market crash, which is why crypto became unpopular in 2018, 2019. So just to remind you guys, if we look at the all-time of cryptocurrency, so it looks so small now, but in 2017, Bitcoin did hit a peak of $19,000, and then we were in pretty much a big dip till mid 2020 when everything started going back up. This could definitely happen again. So don't think that crypto can't go in a bear market for 3, 6, 12 months, sometime in 2022, 2023. That is possible, but just see that as a buying opportunity. Though with everything going forward in blockchain technology, I don't know if that's going to happen or not. I'm just going to share this article because I'm not going to pretend like I've read it. I literally found this article 5 minutes before this call. Okay, so I just want to quickly go over the Coinbase earnings report. I know Mr. Harding did this last time, but I just want to go over some key facts and figures. So for those that aren't aware, every company within the stock market has to release what's called a quarterly earnings report. Quarterly means every season. So Coinbase is at present the only cryptocurrency exchange that is available on the stock market, which is really cool because we then get to have a look at some really interesting insights. So if we look at the trading volume in the first quarter of 2021, we can see that a subtotal of $335 billion was traded in cryptocurrency. 335 billion in the first quarter. Around that time, the cryptocurrency market would have been, don't quote me exactly, around 1.5 trillion. So that's literally 20% of the entire cryptocurrency space traded through Coinbase. The reason why that's important is because A lot of people like to say Coinbase, Coinbase is not good, or they prefer Binance or whatever. I think Coinbase is great. Coinbase fees are high, which is why you should use Coinbase Pro. Institutions understand this, retail doesn't. Okay, that was the basic main point of Coinbase. I don't really want to go into that earnings report.
Coinbase is sick as well. Can I just add on to that real quick? Coinbase is sick because it has like a little news tab on the side, which you can do like little basic lessons and shit, and it shows you like basic crypto news and that. And I've been checking that loads.
Yeah, definitely one of the best platforms in terms of UX and usability. Okay, so this is what I wanted to show. Okay, you ready? You ready for the altcoin show, guys? Fantom. Okay, so Fantom Crypto, not financial advice, I believe is going to do insane numbers. So let's have a look at the fundamentals. So first of all, let me tell you how I came across Fantom. Yes, Fantom. Woo, 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 woo. Okay, so we got another 40 minutes. All right, we're halfway through this session. I'm going to go until 9:30. Has anyone got any questions so far? We're going to deep dive into Fantom and the ecosystem and why I think this is one of the next big things in cryptocurrency. Any questions so far?
No questions, bro, but you're doing well, smashing it.
All right, okay, no problem.
Come on, Jake.
I'm really not used to teaching big classes. Like, it's usually like a one-on-one. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, this is like, for all my teaching experience, I never teach solo classes by myself. It's always me and Mr. Harding back to back. So it's a different energy that I'm like. But anyway, so Fantom Crypto, let me tell you how I came across this. So I'm lucky enough for my dad to be a Ethereum and Binance smart chain developer. He's been in software development since 1989, and he's never ever left the space. So he's never moved between different industries. It's the reason why I'm lucky enough to grow up in England. I was born in 1995 in Jakarta, Indonesia. We moved to England in 1996 because my dad got a PhD scholarship at Leeds Uni. So Dr. Effendi put me on.
My guy.
Fantom. So my dad is a freelancer for Fantom Crypto, and that's how I started diving into the Fantom space. So I always want you guys to ask yourself when investing in new projects, what are the fundamentals? So let's dive into the fundamentals of Fantom, and we'll talk about where I think it's going to go. So Fantom right now, according to CoinMarketCap, is the 45th most invested crypto, the 45th biggest crypto in the space, with 11,000 listed on CoinMarketCap. So it's pretty high. Okay, so let's have a look at what CoinMarketCap's saying, and then let's have a look at the actual website. So Fantom is a directed, I don't even know what this word means, it is a DAG smart contract platform providing decentralized finance. So it's in the DeFi space. DeFi is going to take over the world, guys. Anything that's involved in DeFi is already a green tick. It doesn't mean invest in it if it's in DeFi, but it just means that this is something that I always look for. Together with this in-house token, Fantom aims to solve problems associated with smart contract platforms, specifically transaction speed, which developers say they have reduced to under 2 seconds. That's fantastic. Who are the founders of Fantom? Again, who are the CEOs? So the Fantom was founded by South Korean computer scientist Dr. An Byung. I won't load up the information, but I've done a bit of research. He seems pretty credible. Currently, the platform's CEO is Michael Kong. The team behind Fantom has extensive experience primarily in the field of full-stack blockchain development and aims to create a smart contract platform which privileges scalability, decentralization, and security. What does scalability mean? Scalability means that it can go from this size to this size. You guys can see my mouse, right?
Yeah, bro.
All right, cool. Just wanted to make sure. Okay, what makes Fantom unique? Fantom attempts to use a new scratch-built consensus mechanism to facilitate DeFi and related services on the basis of smart contracts. Okay, through token sales in 2018, Fantom raised almost 40 million to fund development. Okay, cool. Fantom is a proof-of-stake token. Bitcoin currently works on proof of work, and so does Ethereum. That means that when people send crypto, because unlike fiat currency, when you send crypto, it doesn't send direct, so the coin gets split into different nodes or miners. Those miners get paid. But the problem with proof of work is that the different computers and the different miners and nodes have to fight over the calculation to get paid. With proof of stake, you just need X amount of crypto, depending on what the rules are for that crypto space. So basically, proof of stake is more economically friendly, so that's a tick.
Does that mean no gas fees as well?
Not necessarily none, but a reduction in. Remember, you always have to pay gas fees because the miners and nodes that contribute to the blockchain always have to get paid something, or they have no incentive.
Yeah.
But a big green tick is the platform's compatibility with Ethereum means that users can purchase an ERC20 standard Fantom, which is automatically converted to native Fantom once received to their wallet. Big tick. Another one is another version of Fantom is available on the Binance chain using its BEP2 standard. So anything, guys, this is just a fundamental, anything that works on Ethereum and Binance is a green tick. Total supply, 3.1 billion tokens. How is the Fantom network secured? Fantom uses a bespoke variety of proof of stake algorithms. Okay, where can you buy Fantom? You can buy it on Binance. Okay, so do your own research.
Yes.
Well, you can buy it on Binance with USDT. Let's look at the actual website itself. Fantom is a fast, high throughout open source smart contract platform for digital assets and dApps. The word dApps means decentralized applications, speed, security, and scalability, which are three things that we love in cryptocurrency. Almost instant transfers, simple and secure, because remember, we're dealing with cryptocurrency and crypto assets. We want something that works in the real world. Highly scalable and Ethereum compatible. We love it. Okay, a new DeFi experience, the all-in-one DeFi suite, mint, trade, and lend. Okay, so this is what I think is really, really interesting. Fantom have their own stablecoin. So stablecoin is any cryptocurrency that matches fiat. The most common stablecoin is USD because dollars are the native currency of the world. So you can mint Fantom USD, so basically earn a crypto that is worth the same as dollars by locking your Fantom. So in layman's terms, let's say I create my own coin one day, right? Let's call it Ninja Coin. And let's say there was a GBP version of Ninja Coin. So one GBP Ninja Coin was £1 And if you lock up Ninja Coin, you can basically earn a crypto that's worth pounds. I think this is a really interesting concept. The fact that you can earn basically USD equivalent just by locking it up. So my dad is actually working on specifically the Fantom stablecoin network. Use your state Fantom as collateral as DeFi. You can mint dozens of synthetic assets, including cryptocurrencies, national currencies, and commodities. That's kind of sounding kind of wild. F-lend and borrow digital assets to trade and earn interest. F-trade, trade Fantom-based digital assets without leaving your wallets. Fully non-custodial, decentralized AMM exchange. Okay, cool. Built on Fantom. So another thing that I like is that this is completely open source. So open source meaning that other developers are able to build on this. One of the reasons why Ethereum has its use cases is because Ethereum is the biggest open source blockchain in the world. So Ethereum is the leader, but Fantom coming up, baby. Okay, stake on Fantom, you got staking opportunities with 13%, 4% APY, which is annual per yield on your capital, up to 13% for 1 year commitment. That's kind of amazing. You can choose your rewards. You can choose your rewards. You can choose how long to lock your delegation for, from no lockup to a year. I like this, no lockup. You always have to look at keywords. No lockup meaning they don't tie you in. So you can lock it up for X amount of days. Oh, this is nice. So if you state this amount of this amount 10 Fantom on a minimum lock, you would get this much. Let's put it down to 100,000. Kind of crazy. So if you got 100,000, stake them for 1 year, you'd leave with an additional 12,000. You can also compound your stake, similar to Hex. That's great. Now, the bullish news. This is the punchline. Are you ready? Coinbase wallet integrates support from Fantom mainnet. So what this basically means is there is an extreme likelihood that Fantom is going to go on Coinbase. Now, there is something called the Coinbase effect. So the Coinbase effect is when a cryptocurrency launches on Coinbase. This has been historically correct for every single crypto that's ever launched on Coinbase. I can't name one. There might be one, right? So somebody might just say, oh, there's this one that went on Coinbase and it didn't spike. Every single one every single cryptocurrency that I've seen goes on Coinbase, including, for example, Aave, which is a DeFi lending platform, has a huge spike. So this information here basically tells us there is an extreme likelihood that it's going to be on the Coinbase centralized exchange. Right now, they've integrated with Coinbase decentralized wallet. But Coinbase, given that 20% of cryptocurrency transactions, 20% of the whole market was traded through Coinbase in the first quarter of 2021. And Brian Armstrong, who's the CEO of Coinbase, one of the most respectable figureheads. Brian Armstrong, one of the most respectable figureheads in cryptocurrency, I don't think that he would integrate something even in the decentralized wallet that wasn't well audited. So you heard it first. Fantom, I highly predict at some point is going to go on Coinbase, and we will see a huge spike in Fantom. If we don't, and I'm wrong, and it never goes on Coinbase, I think it's going to do well regardless. But I think it's this is basically saying it's extremely likely it's going to go on the Coinbase centralized exchange. Now, let me get so Fantom.
Can I just ask a quick question?
Yeah.
As like a percentage of your whole portfolio.
Yeah.
Like, what's your position in Fantom?
My position in Fantom is about 3%.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, because I still keep the majority of my portfolio in. So basically, guys, my biggest hold is Ethereum, second Bitcoin, Litecoin third, Polkadot fourth, and then everything else I kind of liquidate in between.
Yeah. The only reason I'm asking is because, like, with stuff like this, altcoins and everything, like, yeah. I don't know anything about what percentage of what should be in what. You get me? Like, I'm just putting in 50 quid into everything. Do you get me? At the moment, I'm just putting 50 quid here, 50 quid there, boom, little pots. But obviously, I want to diversify, but also like know how little or how much to put in certain stuff. You get me?
Yeah. So just to let you guys know, I don't think that anybody should be in more than 30 cryptos. So like sometimes you have to. Right now, when I'm in about 27. Never exit a position. When I say I'm out of a crypto, I'm never out of it. Like I always leave dust in case that explodes. But at the end of the day, you can't be in every position. So the reason why I'm shilling Fantom is because, I mean, I've got inside information, right? Because my dad's a contractor for them. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna bust my whole portfolio in this place, because it can still go anywhere. All I'm saying is that it has extreme likelihood to do well. Now, here's some strategy for you guys. So anytime that you find an ecosystem that you believe in, so obviously I highly believe in Fantom, what you want to do is, if you want to dive deeper in the altcoin space, Seji, sorry, I'm just going to mute you. Again, anybody who wants to ask a question, don't raise a hand, just unmute yourself. Anything you wanted, any ecosystem that you believe in, have a look at what other altcoins are in that ecosystem. So Fantom, I believe, if everything rolls out well, as now it. Okay, so right now the market cap of Fantom is merely 3 billion, right? And the market cap of cryptocurrency is 2.3 trillion. So one, what is that in percentage? It's tiny, right? So let's assume that the cryptocurrency space gets to, let's say, 5 trillion by summer 2022. As long as everything rolls out in Fantom, we're definitely looking, this is if everything rolls out and they don't get hacked, because all these things can happen. If cryptocurrency continues to roll between now and summer 2022, I can confidently predict a 7x of Fantom between now and summer 2022. Now 7x is great, but let's have a look at where can we see 50x, okay? So there is something called Spookyswap. So Spookyswap is the top crypto within the Fantom ecosystem. So I'm going to give you guys like £1 million gem right now. If you find an ecosystem with extremely strong fundamentals, look at the biggest coin within that ecosystem. So there is 3.6 billion in Fantom, but only 124 million in Spookyswap. If Spookyswap even hits 1 trillion, that's an 8x. Right? And if Fantom continues to grow, let's say Fantom market cap gets to 10 trillion, right? In fact, before I go into just random price predictions, let me just give you the fundamentals of Spookyswap. So, okay. Where's the fundamentals? So Spookyswap is the first native farm and exchange on Fantom. So it's basically the market leader. It's got 343 million locked up with a market cap of 131 million. So notice how there is only 131 million locked, sorry, there's only $131 million invested in this coin, but there's 343 million locked up. That means that there's this much invested, but there's this much that is available to be liquid. When you look at DeFi platforms, it's a big red flag when there's a market cap that is bigger than the value locked up. Because that means that if people want to exit this DeFi space, there might not be enough liquidity. Cross-chain collabs, okay. I know about Beefy a little bit, and I know about Yearn Finance. I can't pretend like I know about these. We are working towards full governance with an emphasis on expert trading. So what you want to do is that when you find, where are we? When you find an ecosystem you believe in, have a look at the coins within that ecosystem and have a look at the roadmap. The roadmap of Fantom, I think, is pretty phenomenal right now. So Fantom was only launched, Spookyswap was only launched in April 2021. Phase 1 and phase 1.5 have been completed, including phase 2.0, which is a fully featured DEX. So a DEX is a decentralized exchange. Decentralized basically means there's no KYC, there's no like passport or anything. And on decentralized exchanges, you swap crypto for crypto. So you can't use fiat currencies on these. In progress, phase 3. So this is the next quarter of quarter of 2021, which is what we're in now. We're in Q3. Limit orders, I think this is amazing. Limit orders, expert trader paid charts, a price feed, light mode, and other redesigns, team expansion. Okay, so basically right now, what's really popular in the crypto space is trading on Binance and Coinbase, and that's great. But the next trend, I'm going to say this very strongly, right? The next trend in cryptocurrency, well, not necessarily the next trend, but a next trend is going to be decentralized trading. Right now, as far as I'm aware, the only way to trade decentralized is by manually swapping one coin to another coin. But when you can start setting limit orders and buy orders, that's where you can just go to bed because you set the sell order here or the buy order here, and then you can just wait for it to hit that. This is decentralized trading is going to change the is going to change the game. So the fact that these guys have that in their roadmap, and remember, Spookyswap is under the Fantom is under the Fantom ecosystem because it is the native. So imagine Fantom are in the DeFi space, and they're all about an open source platform. Spookyswap is what Spookyswap is to Fantom is what Uniswap is to Ethereum and what PancakeSwap is to Binance Coin. Any beginners that's going to go over your head, I'm sorry. But
Yeah.
anyone who's more advanced will get what I'm saying.
I get what you mean. Like, does Spookyswap work off Fantom?
Yeah. So how Spookyswap works is you buy Fantom crypto on Binance, and then you send Fantom crypto to your MetaMask, connect it to Spookyswap, and that's how you'll change Fantom crypto into the other coins down here. But this is the exchange. So this is the crypto. This is the exchange. I'm sorry, beginners. This is a little bit advanced, but obviously this is an open forum. So I need to cater for beginners and more advanced. So Fantom is the crypto, Spookyswap is the exchange, and these are the coins. Do you get it? But anyway, that's the show. Okay,
how come Spookyswap is worth more than Fantom, you reckon? Like, it's like one Spookyswap is $28 and one Fantom is $143.
Okay, let me just teach everyone this. It's the price of crypto is just the market cap divided by circulating supply. So there'll just be a lot more coins. Okay, everyone who doesn't understand this concept, I literally taught this to Ruby. Ruby, still there? No? Okay, never mind. Okay, so anyone who's watching this, a lot of you guys will already know, but the price of crypto is just the market cap divided by circulating supply. So Bitcoin is 51K because it's 978 billion divided by 18.8 million coins.
Hi, I just wanted to make sure that you can hear me.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Ruby, do you remember me teaching you this on lesson 1 earlier
Just
today?
Yeah, what was the question that he asked again?
So Seji asked, why is the price of Spookyswap more than Fantom? And the reason why is because there'll just be less coins.
Yeah, so like less coins means higher value.
And not necessarily higher value, but okay, if we just go on Spookyswap right now, the price is $27.35 because it's literally $122 million invested in Spookyswap divided by a circulating supply of, oh my God, 4,400 coins. Oh, sorry, my bad, not 4,400. I thought that was a decimal point. 4.4 million. So 122 million, like if you just take 120 divided by 4, that's 30. Right, so that's why the price is this. Okay, cool. So Fantom and Spookyswap with the shills. Do I have any final information? I would go into this, but I think that's boring. Yeah, cool. I think that was enough information. Oh my God. Guys, I hope that was good. That was so weird for me. I never teach lessons like that. Like, I never just talk for like an hour. Oh, I'm sweating. Right. Let's just get back in the engagement. Oh, Mr. Harding. Oh, I don't know how he does that. All right, let's just take questions and answers, and we'll go for another 15, 20 minutes. All right, let's just start in chronological order in terms of who I can see. So, Seji, you go. You got a question, or do you want me to take a look at any coin for you? I'll do some quick TA.
Well, damn. Take a look at Avalanche. Avalanche. Yeah.
Oh, do you mean Ava? AAVE?
No. AVAX. AVAX. Ava's sick though. I've heard about Ava. Not invested, but I've heard.
AVX.
Avalanche there, yeah. Avalanche.
Okay, I've heard about this, but I'm not invested. All right, number 21. Oh shit, this is shot up. Okay, I've definitely.
I cut this at 30. Like, it was worth 30, so that's already got.
Got it at 30, yeah. All right, cool. Sorry, I'm just gonna mute you just because I hear. Actually, no, I'll unmute you. Cool. So Avalanche, right? I'm not going to pretend like I know about this. Avalanche is an umbrella platform for launching decentralized finance. I like that. Umbrella. Trading other service, financial assets, trading. Okay. So it's not just DeFi. To learn more about this project, check out a deep dive. Let's have a look. A dive into Avalanche. Okay, this is an opinion. No, I don't want to look at an opinion. I want to look at the actual website because CoinMarketCap is going to be biased. Let's have a look at the actual website. AREX network.
Just while you're searching, though, I do want to say that the points today was sick. Like, just knowing what you look at when you go on that, like, every day, it's just like that's German stuff.
I appreciate that, man. It's like, you know, I was a little bit nervous today. It's because, like, this is not my lesson structure. Do you know what I mean? Like, obviously, like, I always co-host this, but like Mr. Harding does most of the talking, and then I just drop gems. Like, I never, for all the hundreds of lessons I taught, I don't teach, like, I'm not used to teaching classes, you know what I mean? I'm used to, like, talking to someone, they talk, I talk, they talk. But this one's like information. All right, okay, so right now, it's still undervalued in the RSI, which is great. In terms of the all-time highs, we are, where are we? We are.
I think it's hit its all-time high, like the other day.
Yeah, it hasn't.
No.
So yeah, we're still 17% off the all-time high, which is great. Okay, so let me just have a look at quickly. Oh God, this website's amazing. Oh my God, look at that.
Sexy in it, bro.
My God. What? Because guys, remember, like, always think, if I was a whale, if I was a trillionaire and I could move the markets, would I invest? Right, this is looking good. Oh,
Bro, the CEO, like, from the research I've done, is like a sick guy as well. He taught in uni for like 20 years before he even started getting into this, like,
okay.
high level uni.
Sick. All right, okay. So, yo, Lucas, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I barely
Alright,
got
okay.
home, bro.
All right, sick. So are you what's your availability now and 10?
Say that again.
Oh, I'm just speaking to Lucas. Yo, Lucas,
Yep.
are you available after like half 9:40?
Yep.
All right, cool. Guys, we were gonna get Lucas on to talk about swing trading, but obviously he's just come free now, so maybe we'll save that for another time. All right, so I don't want to go too much into Avalanche as I don't know too much about it, but I've obviously slept on this. This is looking sick. Ninja doesn't recommend Avalanche because I've been on this website. As I'm live now, this is the first time I've been here, but things are looking like a tick so far. So yeah, and we are 17% below all-time highs. Cool, so next question. Jay, what are you saying?
Yes, brother. Well, again, just gonna say it. You're smashing it. You smashed that. Did really well.
Oh,
It's my first one. It's my first one, so I've got nothing to compare it again.
Yeah.
But for comparing, it's nothing, job. Right. So 2 questions, if that's cool. First one. You said on the 18th of September, around then, crypto's gonna reach an all-time high. So obviously, don't want to be buying then. Want to be buying before then. I'm guessing.
Between
up to then.
So
You said 13th and 18th, I think.
yeah, so the cryptocurrency market cap should reach all-time highs by, I say, the 18th of September at the latest. When I say price predictions and stuff, I always leave extreme space. So the cryptocurrency market cap could reach all-time highs tomorrow, right? But if it doesn't reach the all-time high by the 18th, I'm going to be damn surprised, especially because of the launch of the Cardano mainnet on the 12th of September.
Yeah. So with it doing that, obviously, there's going to be a dip after that. Hopefully,
it's not guaranteed.
Not guaranteed. It's not. It's likely. So I basically, I'm thinking, putting money in. It's like in between now and maybe the 10th, the 12th, when you said Cardano have got their announcement. The 12th. After that, leave it for like a week. let the market go up, let it dip, and then carry on buying again?
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
want to do a buy and hold strategy,
Yeah.
if you're going to do a trading strategy, you might want to sell some at the top to buy back in, but that's a bit riskier.
I feel like for me, my knowledge on that, I'd rather just dollar cost average and just keep buying. You get me?
Fair enough.
Rather than trying to flip profits and make mistakes and all that.
Yeah.
Other question: how you just looked into that coin? Could you do one for me? Obviously, you know me, bro. I don't really know that much about crypto, but like I feel like I know a lot more about NFTs.
Right.
And a big one I'm looking into at the moment, and even before I was speaking to you, was ILV, Illuvium, which is like the first AAA crypto game, basically.
Okay.
I just want to hear your thoughts on it, basically.
I've never heard of this. Crypto number 234. So market cap, obviously very small, 259,000. Let's have a look at the all. Oh shit. Okay.
So it's had a massive spike recently. There's just been a lot of hype around it, innit? So obviously now is probably a bad time to buy in, but it could be a great time to buy in because it could go up even more. But
yeah, ILV. Okay. Okay, so it's not on TradingView. I mean, we can compare it to Ethereum, but that's gonna be hard to look at. Let's have a look at it compared to Ethereum actually. So there's no ILV to fiat pair that I can have a look at. So it's obviously outperformed Ethereum. This is when things get a bit more complicated, guys. Like the easiest way to look at crypto is to look at crypto against fiat. So this is me looking at OMG to GBP. This is one of my favorite trading pairs. But obviously this is comparing the price of ILV to Ethereum, which is a bit more of a headache to look at. As you can see, it's been outperforming Ethereum. The RSI does say it's undervalued. As we can see, between now and the all-time high, it hits all-time high on the 29th. So I know you're not a trader, but if you want to make a trade on this, we can see that trade rising to 16%, right? In theory, and we can see a good support line here for it to bounce back on. So if anybody wants to look into a trade for this could be a good trading opportunity. In fact, if you do believe in Avalanche, what you could do if you want to do an accumulation is that you could buy here, sell here, buy it back here. So in terms of trend line, everything's looking extremely healthy. Like if I literally just do a trend line now, it looks very, very smooth.
I mean, in the long term, I'm confident that'll like 10x easy. If you compare it, one thing you can compare it to on CoinMarketCap is Axie. I think it's AXS.
Okay,
yeah, I've been looking for that Axie Infinity thing.
So
yeah, if you compare it to AXS, like boom, it says a lot basically.
Let me be devil's advocate. Right? So I hate to ruin your party, but I'm going to give you a massive red flag that I don't like. Only 6% of the circulating supply is out.
It's because the game's not even out.
Okay, but what you need to understand is, okay, so let me do some maths. Let me do some math. In fact, without doing maths, right? So the definition of market cap is how much is invested in this crypto. But does anybody know what fully diluted market cap means?
It's like if all the coins was out, basically.
Was out, like, pretty much.
Exactly, right.
If Bitcoin reached 21 million, then that would be fully diluted, kind of thing.
So the fully diluted market cap would be how much would be invested if all the coins were out at the current price, right? So the fully diluted market cap is way more than the market cap, and the circulating supply is so small. So let me be a huge devil's advocate, right? Right now there is a circulating supply of this much, right? Of 634,000. Okay, but if I just get a calculator right now, one sec. Let's say for example, because I don't know what their security is like. Let's say, for example, they got hacked, right? And then the supply was doubled overnight. obviously I've done no research. I'm just being devil's advocate, right? But this is why I don't like it when the circulating supply is very, very small compared to the total supply. Let's say, for example, the market cap grew to 500. Shit, start that again. It's been a long day, guys. 500,000, 1, 2, 3. So 500 million, right? Let's say the market cap grew to 500 million, which is reasonable because that's like what, 15% increase, 500 million. And then the supply increased from overnight because of hacking or whatever, or I don't know, the developers got greedy and they wanted to mint more coins to sell for themselves. The supply increased to 1.2 million. Wait, that calculation did not go as well as I thought. Let's start that again, right? So 500, so 500 million in this coin divided by a circulating supply of, so at current, the price is this much. What happens when you deal with big numbers all day? Equals. Bruh, coin market cap's capping, you know. Look, I've literally just called out coin market cap. Look, right, the price of crypto is the market cap divided by circulating supply. That's a damn fact. But if this is again a red flag. So this means that incorrect information. Have I just live spotted incorrect information? So the price of crypto is market cap divided by circulating supply. But if I do market cap divided by this circulating supply, it doesn't give me the current price. Oh my God. This is why you got to check CoinGecko as well. Divided by this much. Oh no, it's correct. Okay, cool. All right.
Thank God.
Sorry?
Thank God.
Thank God, yeah. No, I was just entering the numbers wrong. It's been a long day. But basically, if the point I wanted to prove was, if the circulating supply doubles, or which it can do with ease, the price is going to halve.
Mm.
So that's what I don't like. That's a red flag for me, but it's a bit long to look at the fundamentals for now. But I would say just look at the actual website and then look at the developers and the team behind it.
It's got a really fucking good team behind it, to be fair.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Absolutely certain how it said, to be fair. Like, I was just wondering your thoughts on the price of it at the moment compared to like buying and.
Okay, so on without looking at any fundamentals and look at the numbers, I don't like it.
Fair play, fair play.
Yeah, but the project could be absolutely amazing. But I've just gone on. Okay, let me tell you another thing I don't like. Right? Actually, no, it's got audits. I like that. Okay, now this is good. So it has a PDF for the audit.
I'm not completely certain, but I feel like the supply is based on the game, and you earn the coin through playing the game. So I feel like as once the game's released, that's when you'll be able to sort of mine coins. I think I'm right there. I might not be.
Okay.
Yeah.
But, and then is it going to create an economy where people don't want to buy the game, devil's advocate? They don't want to buy the coins, but they just want to earn them for free in the game, increasing the circulating supply and reducing the fiat price.
Could be.
You know what I mean?
But at the same time, it's all like.
It might also be like a play to win factor where you want to spend money on coins.
Yeah, it's play to win, but play to earn as well. So
yeah,
it's all based around NFTs and stuff like that, really.
Yeah, but yeah, that's my take. Okay, cool. So we're running over time, but fuck it. Right, Ruby, your head must be absolutely exploded right now. You should just bought our first Bitcoin Ethereum today.
I mean, like, you know, I'm trying to take it in really, but a lot of it's all new really. Like, it's a good job that I had the session this morning, I think, because otherwise I don't think that would have made much sense. I think it was really well presented though, but yeah, I'm glad to like be getting there. Obviously a lot to learn. So I think I'm just gonna carry on with it. I've heard of the NFTs?
Yeah, so NFTs are basically non-fungible tokens. And
Yeah, I heard about that because like some guy sold that like it was like 1,000 JPEGs. Do you remember that?
yeah,
It was like a piece of artwork that was literally made like 1,000 different JPEGs that he'd drawn, pictures over 1,000 days, and he sold it for just a ridiculous amount of those NFT things. So I've heard about those as tokens. Or non-tokens, whatever they are. I think that's really interesting, but I feel like that's a different ball game as well.
It's a completely different ball game because just to inform everyone here who doesn't really understand, NFT stands for non-fungible token. The word fungible meaning replaceable. So NFT means non-replaceable token. It could be called NRT actually, right? Because fungible means replaceable. So NFTs, which could be called NRTs, right? Non-replaceable tokens, it's basically tokenizing intellectual property, included but not limited to pictures, art, songs, videos. But the most popular medium for NFTs at present is pictures. What's going to happen in the future is that people are going to start NFTing videos, NFTing tweets, NFTing books and PDFs, and basically it's selling your right to someone else, but at the same time you can set like resellable value. So say if you sell an NFT for $1,000, you can set it so the next time that person sells that NFT, you get 10%. And it's just changing the way art and intellectual property is resold. But yeah, it's an interesting space that's going to change the world. But right now, people think NFTs is like pictures of rocks, right? But the concept of NFTs is amazing. But right now, it's being diluted by images, which I definitely predict a market crash on.
Yeah, lots of them are just simple JPEG. Like there was a picture of a cat, wasn't there? But I know that the whole novelty behind it is that they're not replaceable, and that's what makes them
unique.
That's what makes them so unique. Yeah. I mean, I don't really have any questions. I think this TradingView website, I think, you know, I need to learn how to use that, because looking at that, for me, it's just, you know,
it's scary. It's scary. Yeah, it's
terrifying.
But listen, you've done really well. So welcome to your first day in crypto, 6th of September 2021, the day you got your crypto. Big day for you.
Yay. I've invested, so that's good.
Thank you so much. Lucas, have you got a gem to drop for the people? Lucas is one of my greatest students of all time, by the way. This guy is now a better swing trader than
Get Lucas on next week, bro.
Yeah, for sure. Lucas, you got any gems for them? I'm sure you ain't got a question for me. You're a goat now. You're my equal.
There's always questions. Yeah, I can drop something if you want. I'll just make the switch to my computer and drop some stuff on the screens, because it just works better with some visuals.
Yeah, fuck it. We'll do overtime, man. Do you wanna be the?
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, Lucas is the goat. Fuck it. We're here. Monday night's lit. Okay, make co-host. Yeah, all right, Lucas, take over. Guys, I'm just gonna let you guys know as well. Obviously, in BlockchainSensei, Lucas, we're looking at Lucas to be like the number 3 in BlockchainSensei. So, admittedly, I haven't prioritized. I'll just say this publicly. I haven't prioritized his kind of like position of where we want him to play, along with me and Mr. Harding, because I'm just juggling so much. But yeah, Luke, you'll definitely see Lucas, because this guy is one of the craziest guys ever when it comes to. He's a personal trainer, and he does martial arts as well. His social media is lit.
Oh my guy!
Follow him. Let me just
share your handle.
Yeah, throw that Insta in there, bro.
It is. I'll drop it in now. It's Mr Spectacular. There you go. He does personal training. He does jiu-jitsu. He's one of the fastest learners I've ever taught. This guy knew nothing like 6-7 months ago, and now he's dropping trading calls in a group chat with me and Mr. Harding. I'm like, how did you find this?
It's 2021, bro.
I know the revolution, man. Financial revolution. You're the co. Oh, okay, cool. Let me just admit
Just
you.
let me in on my other. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. I
What
think.
up, bro? What up, bro?
I think
I
we're
think we're
in.
in.
I'm just gonna
I'm
leave
just
the
gonna
one on
leave
the
the one on
phone.
the phone so we don't.
Click the bubble. All right, can you hear me?
Share a gem.
Yeah.
Overtime.
Cool. Hello, everyone. So yeah, my name is Łukasz. People call me Mr. Spectacular because it's just easier to say.
Is that Polish? Is that Polish, that name, bro?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. I got a friend called Lukasz, spelled the same, and he's from Poland. Big ups, bro.
Yeah, people just like people. It's funny how different ways people invent to butcher the name. They say Łukasz, all sort of stuff.
Lukasz.
Anyway, let's talk some money. So one really cool strategy that I've recently used to make pretty decent gains. Let me just show you. How did I share the screen on this thing? There we go. Oh, Ninja, you need to let me share screen share.
Oh, my bad. Make co-host. There we go.
All right. Okay. All right, I think we're here. So I'll show you
Give it
a
to us.
specific example, and then I'll talk you through how to find this stuff. So okay, I literally have like 9 windows open, 9 desktops. Thank God for Apple. So we'll go to CoinMarketCap, and not this one. So I found this little gem on Solana, and this project literally launched 2 months ago. I found out about it just before it had the IDO.
Nice.
Didn't get in, but they still airdropped me some tokens. So
Sorry, guys. Let me just. An IDO is initial DEX offering. That's basically where you get into a coin before it's public. Carry on.
Yeah, so didn't get in on that, but yeah, they did a free airdrop of some tokens, and yeah, a couple of weeks ago I started looking again into it, and this is what the chart looks like so far. This is what it did, and it had this major run up essentially the last 2-3 weeks. So I got in on the 17th of August at 63 cents.
Congratulations.
So I got in here.
Congratulations.
Right now this sucker is sitting at, it was 350 earlier this day, or today when I checked, and I think the all-time high is 393.
So let's just get this straight. Basically, guys, in layman's terms, he's seen 500% return in a week. Is that correct?
Yeah, something like that, like week, 2 weeks maybe.
We love to see it. We love to see
it. And this time it's not a shit coin.
Yes, it's not. 500% in a week. Congratulations, bro.
So I'll show you what the project actually looks like.
Guys, these are the opportunities that cryptocurrency offers you. Obviously, don't chase these opportunities every day because you'll go insane. And then you end up just, this is why you need to have good risk and reward management and start building a long-term portfolio. But that's amazing, man. Well done.
Yeah, so it's a pretty solid project. You can also stake the coins and have the opportunity to get into some of the products that they're launching.
Mm-hmm.
And the stuff that they launch, again, it looks like pretty quality stuff, so it might be worth looking into. And even if you don't get in, just look for when they launch for the to dump and then consider getting into it. And the cool thing is because it's on Solana, the gas fees are dirt cheap. Literally, like they're almost non-existent, and it's super easy to use. Like,
So
I set up a Solana wallet and I use Radium. It's smooth. It's easy.
So let me just get this straight. So you buy these coins with Solano.
Yeah. Yeah.
So just to confirm, so you need to create. Do you just connect it with MetaMask, or is it just?
No. MetaMask is not compatible yet. So you either get Solid or Fantom.
And what was that, guys? What was that talking about before he came?
Hey, Fantom.
I was shilling Fantom in the ecosystem, dude. Yeah, dude, are you on Fantom? And do you know about Spookyswap? That's what I've been talking about for half an hour before you came.
Nah, I don't know about the swap.
Okay, so like, are you invested in Fantom?
No, I only just set it up a couple of days ago.
Right. Okay. So have a look into Fantom, and basically, Spookyswap has just launched, and it's the Fantom it's the Fantom Dex. It's the official Fantom decentralized exchange. What Spookyswap is to Fantom is what Uniswap is to Ethereum. What PancakeSwap is to Binance Coin. Oh, this is exciting, guys. Do you see that for synchronicity? My guy wasn't here, and he's talking about Fantom. Carry on.
Yeah, so essentially the way to find these things, it's because it's if you just look for like a 10x 100x whatever coin just anywhere, like you need other people to discover it as well, and there's like 11,000 different cryptos at the moment, and new stuff is launching every day, so there is a possibility your 100x coin never to get discovered. But
sorry, I'm just going to add to that. There's 11,000 coins registered on CoinMarketCap, but it's more like 200,000 coins in existence.
Pretty much
Ridiculous. But yeah, sorry, carry on.
Yeah, so if you have a basic, you essentially need like a basic understanding of the major smart contract platforms and things that build on them. And then when the big daddy pumps, everything underneath it is going to pump as well. So if Ethereum pumps, Uniswap is going to pump, Chainlink is going to pump, whatever else is on is going to pump. When Solana pumps, Radium, what else is there? Serum, they're going to pump. So Solana, it's somewhere in the 40 billion market cap right now, which it's still like, it's done 10% today. But this thing, even right now, it's 147 million market cap. When I got in, 17th of August, 29, 30 million.
Jesus.
So as long as you find something that's decent, that's got really good utility, and hopefully some events coming up, people are going to find out about it.
Damn.
But don't get in here, because here you're just begging for trouble. You're just begging for pain. Here would have been ideal to get in. Here I was like, get in, not get in, but okay, whatever, get in. So here it hadn't pumped too much. Didn't do a whole lot initially, and then just because Solana went crazy the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So that's how you dig for gems.
Lucas, that is the top, bro. Thank you so much. Lucas, can you tell us when you got into crypto? Let the people hear when you knew fuck all.
Yeah, so let me just tell you, not just crypto but investing. So last year, when the lockdown started, like I've been watching Ty Lopez stuff for years now, and he's always been saying like, read Charlie Munger's book, read Poor Charlie's Almanac. So like, cool, I had some time now, get it, read it. It's long, it's heavy, but it just
What book is
blows
that?
my mind. Huh?
What book is that? What book?
Poor Charlie's Almanac. I'll drop it in the chat.
Ah, sweet.
I'll be honest, I've not read that book. For those that don't know who Charlie Munger is, Charlie Munger is Warren Buffett's right-hand man in Berkshire Hathaway. He's less famous than Warren Buffett, but yeah, he's like I kind of compare like him to like me and Mr. Harding. Like I always say to everyone, yo, if you think I know shit, like Mr. Harding's the real GOAT. I'm just like the louder personality. But yeah, Charlie Munger is a smart guy. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so this book is absolutely mind-blowing, and he's like one of the richest people on earth. And the book doesn't really talk about money. It talks about psychology. It talks about all the cognitive biases, all the way like your mind tricks you. And then you apply that mentality investing in other stuff you do. So I was like, cool, let's get into this investing thing. And I was already using the Revolut app, so I saw that I had some investing in there. So I was like, cool, I'm absolutely terrified of losing money. So let's just take whatever amount I'm comfortable losing, and let's just put it into something that I'm pretty sure is not going to go to zero tomorrow. So I took £100, put it into Apple, Tesla, and Amazon. Then I reconnected with Michael, started talking to Michael, attended a couple of you guys' calls, and you guys were talking about crypto as well. And then one day I check Instagram and it's like, oh, Tesla bought Bitcoin. I was like, all right, I thought this thing's a massive scam. So good for Elon, good for me. So again, I messaged Michael, like, what do you use to buy crypto? And yeah, again, first thing, £50 into Bitcoin, £50 into Ethereum. Then I looked, okay, it's gone up a bit, so let's do more. And then it's like, okay, I don't really know what the hell I'm doing here. So that was March. That was March this year. And yeah, I started doing the lessons with you guys. So did lessons with you, did lessons with Michael. Mm-hmm. And in between, I was just hammering YouTube like crazy. I would wake up in the morning, YouTube, crypto, cook my food, listen to crypto, eat, listen to crypto, on my way to work, listen to crypto. I was doing like 5 hours of crypto YouTube a day, probably for 3 months straight. And yeah, you just figure things out.
Bro, yeah. honestly, your stuff is amazing. When was it you started doing classes with me, Mr. Harding?
April.
Ridiculous.
Can I just ask a question? Because I'm a big YouTube head. I spend a lot of time on YouTube just watching shit. Like just recommendations for your best crypto YouTubers, basically.
Crypto Lifer, Crypto Bureau. There's if you don't know them.
I think I've watched Crypto Bureau.
So do you mean Coin Bureau? Yeah,
Coin Bureau.
Yeah. Coin Bureau is good. I really like Alexander Lorenzo. That's my guy. Okay, cool. Let's definitely wrap this up by 10. This is going way over time, but this is sick. All right, cool. So
just in case you aren't onto, because I don't know if anyone is onto Crypto Lifer. He's the guy who got me onto Avalanche, so definitely check him out.
Oh, I know Crypto Lifer. Yeah, he does like he's always doing mad technical analysis, isn't he? Like he's on charts all day, every day. He's on charts all day, every day. That's super dope. All right, cool. iPhone. You got anything to say? iPhone in the place? 5.
No, I'm good, my bro. I'm good.
Oh, this is Jay.
Yeah, my brother.
Yes. All right. So, guys, I met Jay working at a festival that I've just completed. Shout out to my guy Jay. This guy is real good brother. So, me and you gonna talk, Paul. But did you learn things in this session?
Bro, I'm finding it hard to take all in, but I'm getting little bits. You get me? So I'm gonna work on that. You see?
Listen, think of it like this, right? Like how many intervals of 90 minutes to 2 hours of your life do you waste? Loads. Yeah, sleeping in
all the time. Yeah.
Blazing, watching Netflix or whatever. So if you learn one thing from today, and I'm sure you've learned more than one thing, right? You've learned
Defo. Then
things
still. I got a few notes here.
I understand. I'm like, because everyone's welcome. Sometimes I need to speak like this. Sometimes I need to speak like this. Like, I understand when I say Spookyswap is to Fantom what Uniswap is to Ethereum. That is a high level phrase, right? And maybe 3 out of 4 people in this room know what I mean, and the other people don't know what I mean. But in the future, you'll understand, oh, now I understand what he means when he meant Spookyswap to Fantom, Uniswap to Ethereum. Later on, you'll understand what a decentralized exchange is. The fact that I've said the word decentralized exchange, an NFT, like Ruby doesn't really understand what NFTs are, but 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks, because Lucas is the benchmark of somebody who knew nothing in April 2021 and is now outperforming me in trades. Right? So, and I've been in this space since 2019, so you'll get it, my bro, but I really appreciate you. Have you got a quick question?
No, I'm good. I'm good for now. Still, right. I'll talk to you one-on-one. Still.
Yeah. Watch out, my bro.
Yeah.
Leon, Paul, Dole, have you got we really appreciate you guys staying for this amount of time. This is over.
Okay. Do you own any XRP? And I mean, I've only had a quick look at it recently, and I think I may have invested in it a couple of months ago and it went down, but I can see from what I've seen now in the charts, it does look as though it's coming back up. I just kind of wondered what your thoughts are about, somebody maybe getting back into XRP.
Okay.
That's what I was going to ask us.
Okay, sick. So I'm gonna analyze the energy of how you asked me that question, right? Let me ask you something. Do you understand what XRP's what the fundamental of XRP is?
I don't. I'll be honest. Yeah, I don't really understand. So
you're investing with the wrong energy, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, I straight away could feel what you asked me, because you said it went down and now it's going back up. Mm-hmm. That is the worst way to think about investing, because it means that you lack fundamental understanding of what it's for. If you understood what it was for, I think when it went down, you would have bought more. Yeah?
Yeah, of course.
So let me explain to you the basic fundamental of XRP. So the basic fundamental of XRP is that they want to be a crypto used by whales, by banks, right? So let me tell you 1 out of 2 scenarios that can happen with XRP. The reason why XRP is extremely exciting, and I do keep a small percentage of my portfolio, because there is an extreme likelihood XRP could fucking explode, right? Yeah. So the reason why XRP could explode is because fundamentally the XRP coin isn't for retail. It's not for the people, it's for the whales. It's for asset management companies. It's made to be an institutional cryptocurrency. And who controls the market? The whales. Now, now, the XRP is going through a lawsuit with the SEC, which is the Securities and Exchange Commissions. Now, the argument that there is a likelihood, because there was basically it's to do with not fraud but embezzlement, so like avoiding taxes and stuff like that, and yeah, there's something shady that obviously happened in XRP, because no other cryptocurrency is going through a lawsuit. Polkadot's not going through a lawsuit, Litecoin's not going through a lawsuit, Cardano's not going through a lawsuit, but XRP is going through a lawsuit. In fact, let me just share my screen. Okay, so because obviously we've got some noobs in here, right? I urge everyone, right, to understand what they're investing in and not look at a chart and think it's going down, it's going up. Things will always go up and down, right? That doesn't matter. So XRP is the 6th biggest crypto in the world with 64 billion invested in it. Now, this could go 2 ways. Now, my opinion is I believe in XRP. I believe XRP are going to beat their lawsuit, right? It's not guaranteed, but I believe they do. If there is an announcement that XRP beats the SEC case, this is going to skyrocket. right? Like this is gonna go to like the market cap's gonna go to 200, 300 billion plus, 400, 500 between now and 2023. And this is why people say XRP to $10, because in order for XRP to get to $10, the market cap needs to get to 645, approximately 500 billion, which is pretty reasonable, considering the space of crypto is predicted to get to 10 trillion, 20 trillion, etc. Now, the reason why, the biggest overlying reason why it's likely XRP are going to beat the case is because the head of the SEC right now is a guy called Gary Gensler, who is very, very pro-crypto. So the news will paint out like Gary Gensler is this really anti-DeFi person, but a bit of research will literally show you that he has a free 18-hour lecture on blockchain technology through MIT Uni. So the head of the SEC, the head of the Securities Exchange Commission, MIT lecture, who is the company that is potentially suing XRP, this guy has damn 20 hours of content pro-crypto. This is why you should look into technology. So, my brother, please, everything you ever invest in, don't base it on it's going down and it's going up. That's the poorest decision making that you'll ever make.
Use fundamentals as well as technical analysis, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, but fundamentals over everything. Like, the number one is, term, mind my language, what the fuck does this shit do? Right? Like, absolute layman's terms, what the fuck does Bitcoin do? It's a store of value like digital gold. What the fuck does Ethereum do? It's an open source. It's the biggest open source blockchain platform. What does Binance Coin do? Binance Coin is the native token of Binance application and Binance Smart Chain, which is the second biggest open source blockchain in the world. What does XRP do? It was made for banks and asset management companies. So I have extreme faith in XRP. But it does make less than 10% of our portfolio because they might get sued and the price might crash down. But I do have faith.
That makes sense.
No problem, bro.
Thank you.
No problem. All right, last two. This is overtime as hell. Dull. What are you saying? No? Gurung Society Ken, 5, 4, 3, 2. All right, last question. Paul, 0161 in the place.
Come on, bro.
Come on.
Nah, obviously, I got into XRP just when the case was announced, so it went down to I think 45p. And it's currently at, let me just have a quick look. It's at £1 right now, £1.02, so which isn't too bad. But I just wanted to ask your thoughts on where that could go before, was it Leon took the words out of my mouth as well. But
okay.
yeah.
So first of all, when did you
had done research into,
When did you get an XRP?
When the case, a while after the case was announced, so obviously the case is still ongoing with BTC. So when it was at about 45p, that's when I.
Okay, so first of all, let me stress that everyone should be grateful for 200% because this is the first time in human history. Like pre 2019, we weren't seeing no 200% in the stock market very often. So I think the consensus in crypto as well, because yes, Lucas saw 500% in 7 days. That is extremely rare, right? Yes, people see 1,000% within a year, but you should be happy with 200% because that's good, right? 200 plus percent. And I don't think anyone should discredit when things double in crypto. Because remember, 50% of this game is mindset and knowledge is the rest of it. I say again, 50% of this mindset, 50% of this game is mindset. In terms of where I think it can go, I believe that if XRP do beat their case, then we're looking at £8 XRP or $10 XRP by the end of 2023. But again, it's the reason why you need to diversify your portfolio. And I wouldn't, me personally, I would never have less than 10, I would never have more than 10% of my portfolio in XRP. Lucas, what's your 2 cents? And what's your XRP holding looking like, if any?
Very little, and I bought it a long time ago. And honestly, I haven't looked into it too much. Like I dig through the smart contract space quite a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah, not a whole lot I can throw in on XRP.
Fair enough. It's just like the interesting thing with XRP is like all of crypto, it seems to be for the people. Like Cardano literally is for, assuming Charles Hoskinson has good intentions. Obviously, I can be completely wrong. It could be have an evil master plan, you know what I mean? I don't know these people, but with Cardano, like they're all about banking their own banks and they're focused on Africa. XRP is all about Wales asset management company. So they're not about building on top of XRP. They're not about like building in the DeFi space. Like XRP is the most centralized crypto in the top 100. And yeah, it's just a thing where it's like, it could sky, like, if XRP beat the SEC case, right, and if XRP like managed to seal deals with Bank of America, with BlackRock asset management companies that have 10 trillion assets, with Fidelity that have 10 trillion assets, then we could be looking at £30 XRP between now and 2024. But as long as the SEC case is ongoing, I wouldn't keep, me personally, I wouldn't keep more than 10% of my portfolio. I think it's insanity when people tell me I've got 50%, 80% in XRP. I think that's wild. That's my 2 cents on XRP.
All right, sweet. Thanks for today anyway. You did really well. Obviously, it's my first time joining. So, I really paid more attention than some of my fucking uni
I appreciate it.
We'll talk later.
Yeah, bro. I'll literally call you after this. As a final, could we get some stories in and tag BlockchainSensei and NinjaTea? I'd really appreciate that. And even tag Mr. Spectacular, I feel like he dropped some gems. Blockchain.sensei. It's Mr. Spectacular.
Bro, can I throw in one more thing before we go?
Go on, mate. Go on, drop one more gem.
Because this really did help me a lot, and I've had this book for a really long time. I've had it since I was like probably 18 or 19.
Cool.
It is this. I don't know if you guys can see it. The book is called Psycho-Cybernetics.
The new Psycho-Cybernetics. Okay.
The guy, I'll drop the title in the chat as well. The guy who wrote it was a plastic surgeon. And he observed how like changes in people affected their self-image. I'm really bad at typing and talking at the same time, so give me a second.
This fits, that's good.
You know, I appreciate everyone, you know, that stayed this long. This is the longest Monday call, I think, of the whole year.
Yeah, so the book goes into two things pretty much. One is your self-image. Two is learning. So let's take the example of a baby. When a baby learns to walk, the baby like has never walked before, so it has no connections in the brain for how to walk. Same with somebody getting new into crypto. Like I've talked to so many people and they say like, I don't understand crypto. Yeah, because you've never learned about it, you've never done it. You've heard about it yesterday. So it's same like learning anything else. Like you just need to first you do it. Okay, you have some general perception of it. Then you do it again, you get better, you get better, and your brain starts to figure things out. So one, it's you putting the time in every day. Like every morning I wake up and I spend an hour just looking over charts and stuff in the market every day, pretty much. Then learning through YouTube. So that's something you'll find very useful, I think. So yeah, give that book a read. I think it will help.
All right, okay. So the new Psycho Cybernetics and Charlie Munger Almanac.
Have you, Lucas, I just want to ask, have you read Atomic Habits?
No, I've not yet.
It's kind of similar. I was just thinking that maybe you'd heard of it, but yeah. So I'm definitely checking that book out that you just mentioned.
It might be related because this one's pretty old one, and quite a lot of stuff in like the modern self-help kind of ties into that stuff.
Check it out, bro.
Okay, so we do like to keep things under 90 minutes, but this has been an exceptional one. My first ever where I've talked without Mr. Harding. That was very weird. I really appreciate everybody that stayed. This has been amazing. This episode will be re-uploaded on YouTube tomorrow or something because I've recorded everything. Again, please, if you could do like a story, that would be sick. You know, a little promotion. I'd appreciate that. Yeah, I hope to see you guys soon. Please do share this link. It's every single Monday, 8 p.m. to 9:30. I think this is like one of the most highest value free Zoom calls in the world with like less than 20 attendees ever. So hopefully this time next year, like it's going to be like 50 people every week. You know what I mean? We're going to get there, guys. We've done this show every week, me and Mr. Harding, for the whole of 2021. We've never even beat 25 attendees. So if you want to talk about undervalued, this is the most undervalued space. Like,
this RSI is insanely
this is
low
the
right now.
undervalued. like more undervalued than the whole crypto space, yo. But yeah, appreciate everyone, and hope to see some of you guys next week.
Big love, broski. Been a pleasure.
Good night, people.
Big love.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bless my bro.
Ruby.
Love
Jay.
Thanks very much, Ninja. Cheers. Thank you.
I'm gonna call you now, yeah.
All right, sweet.
I love. Lucas, we'll speak tomorrow morning. You free tomorrow morning?
Depending what time in the morning, because I got a session at 9:30. So if it's before that or after.
All right, just try me. I'm home all day tomorrow. I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, I'll probably be up at 5. So
Mr. Harding's coming to my flat at 6 p.m. So let's just talk then.
oh yeah, we'll talk.
Yeah, we'll do the swing trades and we'll lock it in. Ruby, we'll talk. And yeah, Jay will talk, and Paul, I'm gonna call you now.